All right.
And we're live.
Yes.
All right. So last week, when we left off, our adventurers, with slightly better karma,
Oh.
got fucking attacked by ghosts and goblins and ghouls.
You scared
Mostly
me.
ghosts.
Goblins.
Ghosts and goblins. We'd
Most-
already be dead if we were playing that game.
Yeah, really. But moving on from the loss of first mate Sprocket, the captain resigned as captain, and in the moment of unsure leadership, our party was attacked by wraiths and forced through an underground labyrinth led only by a female orc.
That I don't think any
Thel
of us
made
like.
his way back to go and save Sprocket. And Captain DeLuca left Kyoko with a letter of summoning, and made his way forward. They were informed of a final guardian to inform of a secret phrase. And when we left off, it was revealed that that guardian was a chimera, larger than most. And I think we're going to pick up with that.
I'm going to use my keen mind feature to remember the... No, I'm kidding. By using this piece of
Alright,
paper
Caleb.
I found, I wrote the
All right,
note.
Caleb.
Meteor time?
I do remember... I do have the thing written down, so I'm going to go up a little intimidated by this thing, and I guess I'm going to invoke the phrase, trial by torment. To this chimera.
The lion's head, and we're going to zoom in on this chimera. I know everybody knows what they look like, but I thought this picture was cool.
The official art is sick for it. Like
the
sick.
lion's head rears its head back, and the dragon's head moves its way down into the center. And they revolve
I hate
around
it.
each other. As the dragon head says in clear common, "So you have survived the trial of torment. My name is Festus, the Keeper.
All right.
You have done well to make it this far. Who among you will face my final trial?"
I'll go ahead and step forward.
Oh, yeah, you've got a lot more meat on your bones than I do right now.
And you hear a sick cracking sound as bones move about and form and reshape as this chimera switches heads
I hate
from the
it.
dragon head to the ram head. And it asks you, "Are you ready?"
Yeah.
Good. Its eyes go pitch black. Kyoko, your eyes go pitch black.
Oh, fuck.
Oh, it's
We're
gonna
gonna
be
play a fun little game.
It's gonna be a smarts thing, ain't it?
Kyoko,
Yeah.
I want you to start making me some Constitution saving throws.
How many
Oh.
of those do you want?
I want 5.
And I get to add my proficiency of this, right?
Yeah,
Yep.
for barbarians.
Because you're proficient in con saving throws.
Let me get that set up real quick.
I mean, like, I got a
You
ton of
guys want to hear
spells.
a sound you're gonna hate?
Sure.
3, 4. None of them be coming.
I'm rolling real die.
Well, it's 5, right? So, well, a 9 and an 8 are the lowest two, and the rest are 20 or higher.
Okay. Where is that last one? There it is. Okay. So, you succeed all but 2 of them.
Okay.
Actually, no, you do fail 3.
Oh, fuck.
Oh, fuck!
You fail 3. All right, Kyoko,
Uh,
you take 6 d12s for every failed save.
do you need to roll that or should I?
I'm rolling it.
Okay.
What the
Ooh.
fuck?
6 plus 22 plus 9. That's gonna be
This isn't a spell or anything. It's a magical effect, which,
40. You take 44 points of piercing damage.
Oh!
Ow.
And what you guys all watch is this chimera walked up to her and just sank its teeth into her shoulder.
So
Fuck,
I'm gonna be
Richard.
casting a spell real quick before this. I'm going.
You
Be
got
casting
fucking
false
lucky.
False life?
I'm casting false. Yeah.
I don't remember.
Okay, you cast false life on who? Kyoko?
Myself.
Oh, on yourself. Okay.
Nope.
It only
Kyoko,
works on self.
you take 15 more points of piercing damage.
That's me.
You got fucking lucky. I rolled a 12. Or I rolled an 11 and 5 fucking ones.
do
You got lucky.
do I turn Kyoko into a snapping turtle now?
No, it's fine.
Okay. Okay.
Still got 61 health. I'm still swinging.
16,
Oh, fuck.
28,
Oh fuck! I hate that.
30, 40, 44, 50,
It's like right now.
55 points of piercing damage.
Well, you almost fucking
As
killed
the
her.
third head, this one being the dragon's head,
Oh.
bites down into your clavicle.
Oh.
Gonna leave a mark. Hey, y'all.
And you hear a cacophony of voices in the back of your head say, "Congratulations. You have passed the trial of torment."
Congratulations! The Smash Brothers just congratulations.
Congratulations.
I think that'd be more unnerving.
You have survived the trial of torment. You are free to pass these tunnels as you please.
Does that count for everyone?
Yes.
Think. Fuck.
Uh. You know, Kyoko, I know.
Kyoko, your eyes
Yeah.
are still black. You cannot hear or see any of your companions.
Hate that.
And you hear that booming voice from the dragon ring out. Which of these mortals do you claim as your kin?
Let me just make sure I'm missing anyone here. Okay. Shervil, Calcimo, and Talk.
Congratulations, new chief. You and your tribe are free to leave. And as your eyes go back to normal, the chimera is gone.
Oh. Okay.
I take it I'm fucking bleeding right now.
Oh yeah,
You know,
you're covered in blood.
I know you gave me these 2 minor healing potions, Kyoko, but here, take one.
Thanks.
Just.
I'm gonna be nice and save you those potions.
I mean,
As you guys catch up with Annie and Tom,
I'm glad that wasn't me.
as you guys catch up to Annie and Tom, I'm gonna move them closer to you guys.
Sherville is just looking like as if she had just lost a second one of her friends, just like in absolute abject terror.
Kyoko just gives Serval a little wave, like, hi, still hanging in there.
Do we see light ahead?
And you do.
Oh,
You
thank
see
God.
light ahead. You emerge in the desert, and to the northeast of you, there is a village.
Oh, thank God. Ooh. Ooh. Sandthorn Village.
Yeah, it's not like...
Hey, it's Sandthorn. This is where we were headed to. Oh, it's got like a mixture of peoples. Okay.
And upon you guys exiting, Annie approaches Kyoko.
Mm-hmm.
You boss lady. Me take him, chief.
For how long?
For as long as new chief decide.
I'm gonna look at Tom questioningly.
Tom's just like, I just want to get this over with.
Sherville just looks at him like, come on, Tom. You're more of a man than that. If you decide.
I mean, I am, but like, who am I to tell this woman that her people's way of life is wrong and I deny it?
You don't even have to be chief if you don't want to. She said as long as you decide, you could say no now. We're here, aren't we?
I'm gonna go ahead and
No,
step up.
she meant that more in the sense of he will stay in that village so long as he chooses.
I'm gonna go ahead and step up, and I'm gonna kind of interrupt. Hey, Tom, what do you want to do?
I just want to get this over with so that I can come back and help you guys as quick as possible. And if she's going to be an annoyance and in the way, then either we need to kill her right now in our fucked up and bloodied condition and have an entire race hunting us through a desert, or I just go get this taken care of. And then I meet you guys back. I don't know where, but I'm pretty sure they can take me.
Oh.
Then you should get going.
Okay.
Sherville's just glaring Annie down the entire time.
Do you want me to meet you back here?
Um,
Or do you want me to meet you guys back at the ship?
Calcimo, I think that, I mean, look around here first if you get it over with pretty quick.
Actually, hey, Calcimo,
Yeah?
do you still have a message?
I do not.
Fuck.
Unfortunately.
Hey, Talk, you have message?
No, but I have something similar.
Could you send Tom a message if we wind up moving on?
Yes.
All right, good enough.
Ah, that works. Good using your brain.
Some have to.
Do what?
Someone has to.
I
Well.
thought I heard my name.
Oh. Well, we might as well either go searching or find a place to sleep.
Okay.
I feel like half my
Me and
soul
Annie
is.
are gonna keep moving on because I feel fine.
I feel like half my soul is gone.
I'm gonna pat Tom on the shoulder, but it's not as strong as it normally is.
Oh, you guys should probably hold on to this and talk.
Oh.
He hands you the sword.
See him stumble a bit because
This is a long sword, and it weighs about 8 pounds. It is
he's not really.
it is surprisingly light. But he hands you the sword. And he says, "Look, out of everybody here, I think I trust you the most. Keep this safe. I'll be back."
Okay.
Plan
then.
is, I'll meet you guys here. If one of you can use that sword, feel free to. I'm gonna go ahead and tell you, it fucking hurts to use that ability I've been using.
Oh.
Like, a lot.
Not normal.
I tried overdoing it one day while practicing, and it felt like my arm ripped out of socket. And I've got great tendons now, thanks to our old friend. That's fucking hard to do.
It's a shame we're missing our machine. Our literal death machine.
I'll be back. I'll meet you guys here. Unless things change.
Yeah.
Annie, let's go. And he pulls out his elven longsword that he purchased back in
Yeah.
Mithril Keep. And he just kind of waves goodbye at you guys one more time. And then heads out.
Yeah. Huh. Alrighty then. Well.
Well, everybody, welcome to Sandthorn Village.
I'd say first order of business: find a place to sleep.
Lodging.
Yeah. I'm gonna. What would I roll? Perception check, maybe,
Or investigation.
or investigation. I think Shervil will probably do. If it's a perception check, I'll probably have Shervil do it because she would need to whenever she's docked.
Okay.
So, do you want to make a perception? For
Yeah, go ahead and make me a perception.
Shervil looks around with her eagle eyes, and spots whichever building is good for. Seems to be a lodging building, and points towards it.
Well, with a 23 in perception,
Yeah.
something she immediately spots is a familiar face.
Oh.
Oh.
No.
Oh.
Oh no, it's that guy.
All the way back.
Can you remind me who that guy is?
Yeah, I
It's
got
not
you.
fully pulling up for me, so fuck.
All the way back from your time fighting the contenders, this was the master of ceremonies.
Oh my god!
God, you're a lot.
We didn't.
From the town that was nuked by a god,
I don't think we had.
lived the master of ceremonies.
I don't think we had an actual image for him, or
We did.
we did.
We did. He just was standard.
Yeah.
He looked very basic.
What the?
You're basic.
The.
And you see him talking to like an 8'6" Goliath, who's wielding an axe that looks bigger than the master of ceremonies himself.
Right. Huh. Well, that's interesting.
What is it?
That you remember the fighting pit we went into where the master of ceremonies was?
Yeah.
He's right over there.
What? No way. That whole town got nuked.
Yeah.
If you recall, the fighting pit was just outside the range of the town.
Yeah, it was. No, I remember that. Did he come out of like a lodging place or
He's standing in front of what looks like an arena.
an arena? Oh. Okay. That doesn't seem to be what we're looking for right now. Well, it seems he's standing in front of some sort of arena, so
I mean, it's hard to discern what the purpose of this building is, but it looks like an arena.
Well,
Like nothing about anywhere here looks inviting, given the spikes coming out of the ground.
yeah, fair.
well, it's certainly got that horde look to it, doesn't it?
Yeah,
Mhm.
really does.
Remind me again, what is Cherville's passive perception?
A 20.
20. Okay, thank you.
Eagle eyes this one.
I'm aware.
I guess. Well, we know him, so we might as well go inquire to what that building is. So I think Calcimo's gonna walk first up to him, with the Sherville kind of behind, just keeping an eye. Sherville observing the entire place. As we're walking.
Calcimo,
Yeah.
Well, just like how I dump most of my problems into the
you
back
know
it
this
goes.
man personally
Oh.
from your time living in the Graying Wastes.
Okay.
This was a boy who lived in your village,
Mm-hmm.
who you remember to be particularly poor.
Okay.
And you remember him because he stole one of your first spell tomes. And you had to chase him through the village to get it back.
Do I know his name?
Randall.
Randall. Well, 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 Randall. Escaping danger again, I see.
Calcimo. How do you do, old friend? And he
I
turns around and he's got the same presentation that he had back in.
I do fine. We are well, first we're looking for lodging and we're looking for someone who may have been in this town.
Who's we?
I look back and I see, Sherville kind of staying a little back to kind of look at a bigger portion of the town.
Mhm.
And as I look further back and see Kyoko and Talk climbing up a rock.
Or like,
Up there.
well, I assume Kyoko picked Talk up.
Yeah.
The crew of the
Oh my
Dreamchaser.
god, you guys. The Dreamchasers survived?
Yeah, we were off that
I
that
thought you
rock.
guys were nuked to smithereens like the rest of the town. Well, how the hell are you guys? What's been going on?
We got ambushed, and we really need a
By
place to sleep. By ghosts.
ghosts. Terrible. Well, that's awful business, and I hate to hear it, but, I do have a business to upkeep. As you can see, I'm back in the Master of Ceremonies hobby. Turns out narrating fights was really my passion. But seeing as one of you wasted my champion fighter, and he's looking dead at Chervil right now.
Shervil's not paying attention to him, trying to just. I mean, like when he looks, she is not looking at him because she's mostly
I
observing.
think I could give you guys a room for putting on one hell of a show.
Oh, thank you, and we're looking for someone as well.
Oh yeah, who? Perhaps I've seen them. A lot of people come here, you know.
He used to
Out
be
to good old Sandthorn.
he used to be part of our village, or part of our, not our village, our ship.
Well, did he have a name? Was it
the-
that robot guy that got beat up by the old man?
No, the doctor,
Oh, the creepy one with like the tendrils and shit?
Yeah.
He was here.
How recently?
About 3 weeks ago. He left. He left about. Yeah, about 3 weeks ago now. Last I heard, he was heading up to Chasm Door. Not too far from here, though.
Well, we need to sleep, and then we'll probably be heading our way after him.
Well, hey, do you guys need like quick transportation?
Yes.
I can provide that, you know.
Yeah. This desert sucks.
Okay, which one of you knows how to pilot a boat?
Points over at Cheryl.
You.
Hmm?
I'm gonna teach you how to pilot a skiff.
That'd be great. Once we get a rest up.
Excellent. This place is not gonna do. There's a lot of blood and screaming and cheering. I'm just gonna set you guys up at my house. It's fine.
Okay.
Consider it a survivor's gift.
And we kind of all get together, and Shervil does that really loud captain's whistle. That to get the attention of Kyoko and Talk on the rock.
Yep, top there.
Kyoko, do you listen to her? She's not your captain anymore.
It's more of just to get attention. It's not like
Yeah, I know.
orders.
I know. I just wanted to be a dick about it.
I kind of look over and I give the nod of what's up.
You're up, Calcimo. Kind of just walks close by, and he's like, "We got a place to stay
Thanks. Fuck. I'm gonna
and
grab-
transportation to the next town where the dock is sited at."
Have I ever told you how amazing you are?
Yes, but I need to hear it more.
I'm gonna grab Talk and put him on my shoulder, and I'm gonna fly down.
Like a fucking cat.
All right. So.
All right. So I want all of you to take a long rest.
Oh! Which means that our negative health is back to normal, or not negative, but our
Your negative health is back to normal. All temporary HP is gone, and whatever effect you have on you, Calcimo, ends.
Yeah, I know. It's the mage armor. To wait.
And I get my spell slots back.
I'm just gonna walk in this poor dude's house just drenched in blood.
And you guys,
Yeah, water's kind of a commodity here, isn't it?
the next day,
Yeah.
you are taken, Chervil,
Mm-hmm.
and he instructs you on what he needs you to help him do to pilot this sand skiff.
Mm-hmm.
The concept is simple.
Yes.
It's a heavy wooden box, with what looks like a sail, but it kind of resembles like a dorsal fin.
Right.
And kind of curves in at the back with ridges made in the fabric specifically designed to bend the wind of the desert to your advantage and practically sail across sand, like as if it were water.
Okay.
And with that,
The sailing concept, Shervil, is getting really easily, but the she's taking a little bit to understand the mechanics because it's sand, but it's not too much.
but because you have now been trained, I want you to add proficiency in land vehicles,
Oh,
specifically sand skiff.
Calcimo looks
And I
at
will spell that out for you.
sand skiff. It's Skiff.
Hmm.
I know how to spell skiff.
Yeah, I just thought I would be nice and do it anyway.
I appreciate it. Calcimo looks at Talk. It's like, you should probably send a message to Tom to tell him we're getting on our way soon.
Actually, I do have a better idea.
Oh shit! I can switch out my spells right now. Yeah.
So since we have a chance to a relatively safe place, I can try and find out where Caliban's son is.
Oh.
That would be really helpful.
Well, we heard. I heard recently that the doctor was last seen in Chasm Door, which is like a hop, skip, and a jump away from here.
No, like I can talk with him.
Oh. That would
It's
actually
even
be incredibly useful.
Just
I think that's a good idea.
Okay. What are you doing, Talk? Talk.
I mean, I know. I'm looking at the spell.
I know.
Oh, Juan, do me a favor.
Yeah.
Go ahead and level up the doctor to level 12.
Okay. Let me see what fun things I get.
You get an ASI.
Or feet.
Yeah, or feet.
Thankfully, since I know the name of the guy.
Oh, is that like a level up thing? Level 12 thing in general? Or...
Yeah, it's a level 12 thing in general.
Mhm.
Ah.
Oh, I keep those ones. Okay, I flipped around some of my spells.
Oh no, for me to take that, I have to become a.
Oh,
He would have to be
right.
one class.
Right.
Multi-class,
Sorry,
remember?
I totally forgot. That's me. Whoops.
But I do get since I.
But you do get to pick which level you put that in.
Yeah, I know.
Okay.
Let's see.
So
What level am I?
I think you were level 10 monk and a level 1 warlock.
Yeah. So
Yeah.
let's see. What did I pick? Okay.
So, John, you're gonna send a message to Caliban's son.
Oh, yep, the target is Valandor,
It's Chasm Door or Valandor, the person.
son of
Yeah.
Azamdor.
Yeah. Right.
That's
Right.
the
Right.
target. And taking a minute as the casting time, I'll enters a trance, and I cast the spell Dream.
Dream.
Dream. Okay. What does Dream
Is
do?
he asleep?
When are you casting this? At night or in the morning?
At night.
Are these cantrips?
He is not conscious. So yes, he's technically sleeping.
Alright, well, I appear in their dream.
Okay.
Okay.
And I
So,
can
John.
talk with them for 8 hours.
For 8 whole hours, huh?
Yep. And it's just shape. When we appear, I shape it to like just basically a basic room with a table and chairs.
No, it's cool. Hold on. I got this.
Nah, it's cool. Hold on. It sounds sus to me, my guy.
Do 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 do.
Phenomena.
Do 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 do. No, it's cool. I got this.
Fuck you.
Oh.
Immediately got that song stuck in my head.
You're welcome.
All right.
Sorry, give me a minute. My computer is being slow.
Changed my spells up a little bit.
Okay.
Okay, wait, that actually works even if they're still awake, but well, this is now happening.
Oh,
God.
oh.
Hey, Talk. You see before you a dragonborn. in platinum armor.
What's the...
Is he awake or is he
I
just
mean,
like?
you're in his dreams, so yes.
Well,
What would you like to say to him?
Oof.
hello there.
Hello there.
General Kenobi. So you say hello there to him, and he kind of turns around, and like this dream room that you thought you created is not of your creation. You were standing on a cloud, and you can feel his overbearing presence weighing on you.
Just enforcing the small size even more. Okay then.
Okay, dickhead.
Like this man is a tower of metal. And he just kind of turns to you and goes, "Interesting. You're who Bahamut sends me. Well, our Lord does work in weird ways. What can I do for you, my child?"
You wouldn't happen to know where you are currently in the physical world, yes?
I'm sewed into a burlap sack, being dragged through what I can only assume is the desert.
Okay.
I got jumped by an old man in some weird robes and a metal boy. Hardly a man. More wolfish.
Hmm.
Ha!
Yeah.
Thank you, Matthew.
hmm It counts as a first level spell slot one, but it's not. You can't just cast it like it's a cantrip. It takes up a spell slot. It just doesn't take material requirements.
But it says without spending a spell slot.
Oh, then yeah,
Cool.
yeah. Then you can.
Sweet.
I'm sorry, Doc. You were saying?
Okay, that sounds weird.
Quite.
I do know. Not who I expected.
Me either. I was on my way to Sandthorn to prepare a ritual for our Lord, and upon my arrival, I had a bag thrown over my head. I was blinded and deafened, and it felt like I got ganged up on by like 30 people. I was electrocuted, I was slashed, and I was bludgeoned. And now I'm here, talking to a kobold in my dreams.
But it was the only good way of actually making contact with you.
Fair enough. It's quite smart, actually. I respect the hustle. My question is
Yeah.
who are you, and what do you want from me? How do you know me?
Well, first, I'm Talk, and my crew. You're trying to stop the people that kidnapped you, which obviously.
Your crew. You're a pirate.
No.
We have been trying to reach you about your car's extended warranty.
No. We only managed to find out about your mother.
Ah, you know of my mother, Caliban. How is she?
Talk just that wince like look away
Hmm,
while keeping the hands together.
I understand.
Yeah.
Did she die well?
We tried to save her.
Does she still do the weird neck thing? It was really creepy. I hated it as a kid.
Yes.
Sounds like her.
Yeah.
Well, I've been trying to reach her. I actually have what she's looking for.
Oh, no! Oh, no!
I was wondering why my spells were failing.
Oh, that hurts so much. Oh,
Yeah, I think I heard something about that.
The white vial, yeah.
Oh, fuck.
Yeah.
But if you are to aid me,
Oh.
I can commune with my god after this dream is over and determine my location. And I'll find a way to get the message to you as to where I'm headed.
Yeah, because
And you said your name was what again?
Talk.
I need a last name.
Okay.
What house do you hail from, Talk?
Okay, first, this is between you and me here. All right.
I understand.
I don't need the crew to know this.
I don't know who your crew is.
I'm gonna be a small green kobold with a bunch of random people.
Okay.
One's a tiefling, the other is a merfolk, and the
Triton.
last one's a human guy.
Triton.
Train.
Mm. And your last name?
Well, first, my full name, since you'll probably be ironically, the first person to know this. Zaft Kaffer.
Okay. You will be approached by a lizard. They're friends of mine. They will instruct you. Remove its tail, and the message will become clear. And you feel the dream start to flicker. And he says, well, it seems like this dream is over. It was good to meet you.
Good to meet you too. And also, when you do meet the crew, just call me Talk. I don't need them to know.
Understood.
I'd rather do it on my own time.
I get. Oh, one more thing. Can you come here? Okay, John. This is an important question I'm going to ask you. Are you taking the feat that we discussed?
Yes.
Good. He cups your cheek in his hand, and you feel a searing pain in your jaw. I would like you to add the aberrant dragon mark feature
Ah.
to Talk, and that will be your level 12 ASI.
Wait, did he just level up?
Talk, you just leveled up.
Oh, shit.
The dream ends. The following morning, everyone, I'd like you to take a level up.
Oh, okay.
Except for Talk and the Doctor.
And the doctor, because they already
Because
did.
you just leveled up.
Yeah, I'm thinking
Shit.
something. Oh,
Fuck. I don't know what Mater would want to do for Shervil if I did a level up, so.
Alright. This is gonna be fun because I needed to look some stuff up.
Oh
For
boy.
now, just roll the hit die.
I know
Oh,
that's
it-
the one part.
It's different for Mater's character depending on which one, too. That's the only issue. All right.
Good old Calcimo.
I reached
True to
60.
character, rolling almost a 1 for health.
I reached 60 HP.
Holy shit.
It's scary.
We're in Sandthorn at the moment.
Oh.
Jazz, did you hear we're taking level up?
Yeah, I'm
Okay.
figuring stuff out.
I got it. Oops. I need to do both.
Right. Let me go ahead and.
Okay.
What's the stat for your health?
It is, well, you're a barbarian, so it's a D12 plus your constitution.
Mm.
So it's your hit die plus your con.
Not bad, not bad.
You're a barbarian, so you should get a million
Also, if you
HP.
roll a 1 for hit die, remember the home rule that I made? It sucks to roll a 1 for health, re-roll 1s.
Oh, thank you.
Okay.
And then there's me, who's an asshole.
Yep.
Alright. First, here's
There's
the first
nothing
of
worse than getting a level up and receiving a 1.
Is that a once per?
That's the second one you've rolled for it? Oh my god. It's a
Re-roll
one.
it.
What, really?
God!
You take 4 HP. God has decided you get 1.
Yeah, 3 times in a row.
That's so fucked.
I was hesitant to give it to you, and you managed to impress me every time we play together, Juan.
So, here's the crappy part about this.
Yeah.
I lose 4 health.
Yep.
Wait, you lost 4 health?
Yep.
Mm-hmm.
How does that work?
Part of the
Average.
feat.
Part of the feat.
Really? That's bad.
It's a weird thing, man. He gets so many benefits because of it, though.
Oh fuck! What do
Yeah,
I?
hold on.
Everyone. 5 rage.
Nice.
Hell yeah.
I'm trying to think of what.
Also,
I gotta add points though. Hold on.
You know what? I'm gonna look
While
at
every-
feats.
while everybody is adding information, I would like to point something out to everyone.
Yeah.
Talk emerges from his chambers, and there is a garish red handprint on the side of his face
You will then.
with what appears to be a symbol in it. Inside the handprint, I have to pull up my messages from John. John, did we have this conversation on a... Yeah, we did.
Yeah, it was for the chest actually, but
It was the chest. Okay. We were gonna do the picture that you sent me before the drow-looking character, right?
Mhm.
Okay. What you all see
oh yeah.
on
Why
Talk...
I had this much health is because my con went up tier.
I'm gonna send it to the chat logs here. You see that scrawled into his skin.
Oh, it's like a dragon, but if a metal band made the design for it.
Yeah, that's what I said.
Huh.
I'm gonna ask him, hey, Talk, who bitch slapped you with a ring on?
That wasn't there when you guys went to sleep. Obviously.
My question stands.
If you want to the short answer. The guy we trying to find.
Huh.
I'm gonna assume magic has something to do with this.
Looks like
No
a
shit.
aberrant dragon mark, if I've ever seen one.
What's that?
It's a feat of strength that some people get. I'm not sure how, but he has it.
I'm just gonna look at Talk. Would you care to explain?
I thought it was a question. Then he touched my face.
I see.
But he will have an answer for us soon, apparently.
Well, how are we supposed to know he has an answer for us?
I see.
Lizard.
Oh, a lizard?
Mhm.
This is a desert. They're full of lizards.
Yeah, I'd say so.
Probably going to be an obvious one.
Anything in this quest's been obvious? I doubt it.
Oh my fucking god.
Yeah.
I'm looking at spells right now.
Hmm.
Hodaluke's freezing sphere is insane.
Yeah, it is. Well, with questions being dodged and general general iffiness from talk as always aside, you are met with the master of ceremonies, Randall. Okay, good to know one.
Thank
He he kind of just barges into your room without
Mhm.
seeing if you guys were dressed or not,
Whoa.
and says, "Good morning, everybody. Who's ready to go sand skipping? The conditions are right, and the wind is perfect."
I mean, uh, you know, probably Kyoko. You know, like I said, water's a commodity here.
Speaking of water, this is going to be a 3-day journey. I hope you guys have water.
We do. We should still have some.
Yeah, we
Good.
do.
Um,
You are no longer covered in blood. You cleaned yourself up that night
Thank
as
God.
part of the long rest.
she got sandblasted.
Gross.
You stand to get that blood off.
Yeah.
Actually, know what? I'll say if you want to clean the blood off of you,
I picked that spell.
use 1 bottle of water.
Fuck no.
All right then.
I can help you.
I'm gonna
I-
take some
I
sand
can help.
rub off what
Oh.
I understand that's not fully clean.
Oh. Do you have what, thaumaturgy?
Prestidigitation.
Isn't it thaumaturgy that does the cleaning, or is it prestidigitation? No, it
Prestidigitation.
is. Oh, I have that too.
Thaumaturgy is the one that opens and closes windows
Oh, right, I
and
have that
blows out
too.
candles.
I got him. I got him flipped around in my head then. Oh yeah, no problem. I snap my fingers and Kyoko, the blood off on Kyoko just flies everywhere else.
You just see a red mist go off
Yeah,
of Kyoko
yeah.
and just fall onto the wood floor, and he's just. Rando is just like, that's gonna be a bitch to clean later.
You stole my spell book when you were a kid, and don't think
We
I
were
wasn't gonna get
5.
you back.
We were 5.
And you ever know me not to be a vindictive asshole? I didn't
Yeah,
think
well,
so.
your parents are dead. Fuck you.
Damn, dude. You are.
Yeah, well,
Yeah,
I
well.
got. At least I have a hot babe.
Oh.
He just kind of looks. He just kind of looks at you and looks at Chervil and goes, "No." No, you don't.
Kyoko kind of coughs loudly. Like, can we-
All right. If that's the case, I don't want to waste that spell. If that's the case, I need him to make me a wisdom saving throw.
All right. That
Oh, this guy's gonna be.
17.
Fuck. He met it exactly.
You do it, and he looks at you and goes, "I have risen above your petty tricks, mage." And his nose just starts bleeding.
I squint as I drop the piece of cocoon on the floor. And then
Are you gonna waste spell slots to fuck with this guy because he told you your parents are dead?
No,
and
because
not
he told
dating a
me my
hottie?
girlfriend is hideous or isn't a babe.
Oh, he assumes you couldn't possibly land Kyoko.
Oh.
That's why he looked at Chervil and was like, "No,
Damn.
no, you're not."
I'm not sure we'll feel about being called the ugly one.
I just walk over and take Kyoko's on. I'm like, we're leaving. Chervil's just like pinching the bridge of her nose.
The desert.
What?
I thought he was going to teach us how to transverse this desert faster than 2 miles per hour.
Chervil pinches the bridge of her nose and is just like, he's gonna teach me. Ignore them.
All right,
Okay.
Serval, if you've got this, maybe we'll go cool off for a bit.
Yeah, that's probably a good idea.
All right, we'll go. Find us.
Calcimo
So
is
now-
just mad dogging the master of games as the two of you leave.
I'm gonna pick up Calcimo.
No,
I'm gonna carry him. Go
Okay.
find something to do.
Okay. So for the sake of expediency, Chervil was taught how to operate a sand skiff. He's coming with you
Oh, okay.
Oh.
because it takes 2 people to operate a skiff.
That's fair.
And since she has a background sailing, it was easier to train her.
Yes, that makes sense.
You guys are making your way out of the village to the northeast, and Chervil, with her passive perception of 20, catches something.
Oh.
They're sitting on a spire in the northeast of the village. A glint of metal catches her eye as she sees Mark III sitting on a spire, watching her.
Oh, I see you, you bitch.
Damn.
Not moving, not doing anything, just watching.
She points out, Mark III is over there.
Who's she pointing that out to?
Everyone.
Is this staring? He's doing the sand skiff.
This is while we're on the sand skiff, right?
This is while you guys are on your way to the sand skiff.
Yeah.
Okay. Sorry, I wasn't following.
You're fine.
I'm gonna pat down my pockets. I'm out of range.
How far away is it? That we could guess. How far away is Mark III?
So you guys are all like roughly here. I'll group you up.
Okay.
You guys are like right there. He's 60 feet away from you. Like he's 60 feet up in the air on a crag.
Interesting.
John, I saw your thing. I'm looking it up. Give me just a second.
Is it like a crag mountain that might have like cave systems?
This is straight up a plateau.
Like, oh, we're up there.
There's
Yeah,
there's
I
no
see.
caves or anything. Like this is just a big fuck off rock that's sticking out of the ground.
I'm just gonna take a level in Paladin for Mater because I don't know what she would want to do, and I feel like that's probably.
Booms,
A
booms,
9
booms.
for Mater. Ooh, that's pretty good. Ooh, spicy. Mater broke 3 triple digits
Nice.
for health.
That item.
Shervil brings a question to the crew. What are we gonna do about Mark III? You know, connections to the Doctor aside, I don't think any of us actually like that one.
Not really.
Calcimo's just like I can blast it with a spell. I got
Same.
plenty of them. Yeah, talk. Oh,
Okay, sorry. It was a long time ago. Did Mark III seem associated with Asmodeus, or just kind of Agent of Chaosing it?
yes.
Straight up double agented you guys.
Yeah.
Like flat out, he betrayed you. The moment he figured out you were there to kill Azamodius, he betrayed you.
Yeah.
In fact, you remember he fucked. He got in a fight with Chervil. So in the altercation where Kaido was with you guys,
Mm-hmm.
Mark III was keeping Chervil busy and fucking up Tom from behind.
Yeah. And is the one that turned Tom.
Mm-hmm.
Calcimo, talk. What kind of spells you guys got on you right now?
Fireball. Oh, I have some other interesting spells too.
I have a new one.
I have. I don't want to use that one. I don't want to use. Ooh, I don't think. Let me see. I could probably still. 90 feet.
Well,
Ooh, that'll be interesting.
if we're going to be doing this, if we really want to do this,
Mm-hmm. I have an interesting spell. I think it'll be fun.
I cast Mage Armor.
Oh yeah, so do I.
Talk your boon from the Dragon Mark. You have the boon of True Sight. You have True Sight out to a range of 60 feet.
I can use Hold Monster on it immediately so it doesn't move, and then we can just blast it.
Sounds like a plan to me.
Yep. Talk, you think that's a good idea? I
If you
can.
got a spell, fucking blast that thing.
Yeah, I can hold it down, and then we can just blast it.
So you guys are coming up with a plan right now, right?
Yes.
Yeah.
It seems we've agreed.
So you guys come up with this plan?
Yeah.
Gone.
Did Shervil see where it headed towards, or?
I just rolled a natural 20 on a stealth check.
Great.
No idea.
Hey, before we leave this town, I want to buy some like hand axes or javelins. How much would you charge for those? Or if that's
15 gold for 2 hand axes and 6 javelins.
for all of that?
Yeah. You're basically buying a Dungeoneer. 15
Fucking
gold.
Do
bet.
we have any interesting rare metals here?
Rare metals? They got iron. You could ask around, but honestly, this does not seem like the kind of town to go shopping in.
Right.
Are you fucking kidding me?
What?
Rolled a natural 1, trying to sneak up on Talk.
Ah! So we see it?
Talk Mark III is standing right behind you.
Oh, do we all see it?
Yes.
My
No,
first,
hold
my
on.
immediate reaction is hold monster. Make me a wisdom saving throw.
Wisdom saving throw. Got you.
And can I make a reaction?
Natural 20 to a 19.
Doesn't matter. I wasted that. Shit!
Can I make reaction to this?
Yes, absolutely.
Okay. You
It
wanna
used
play?
its action.
Okay, so as a free action, I'm gonna take out that longsword.
Mm-hmm.
I'm gonna have fun with you.
I hate that.
Are you capable of using a longsword?
You're about to find out. 6th level. I cast Tensor Transformation.
Oh my
Oh.
god. What do I need to roll?
Nope, it's for me. You see talk change.
Talk changes. Talk, what do you change into?
Hold on, let me send you a picture.
Send it to me on Facebook.
I wasted that spell, which makes me really fucking sad. It's okay, Jacob.
Only because it's basically steroids.
I'm gonna wait for
Oh my god.
I'm gonna wait for
I'm
Mater
still
to
small size though.
make a decision on what her paladin stuff is.
You're still what size? Small?
Yeah.
Yeah. Small.
Okay. And what's the HP on this?
My health 60 plus 50 temporary HP.
Yep. Oh my god, it's what Pumat Swole did. It's, yeah, I know exactly what this is. Holy shit. Good shit, John.
Okay, everybody.
Yeah.
So,
Did you get the picture?
yeah, I did.
It's time to roll for initiative.
So, everybody,
Yep.
you watch as your good companion Talk just gets bigger.
He looks like a dragon from Yu-Gi-Oh. Like,
You guys just witnessed the small runt of the party,
yeah.
who's still very small.
Just get
Like,
a buff.
he's still small, but like in one of those like, if you've ever seen Seven Deadly Sins, he kind of did
He's
what
Escanor.
Escanor did.
He pulled a
He
Roshi.
pulled a
Yeah.
fucking Escanor
Right,
and
right.
just was like, yeah, but no, you're not gonna do shit. Boom, super muscle.
Fuck.
I want everybody to roll initiative.
There it is.
Yeah, sure.
So, first one's
Huh?
going to be Calcimo, second will be Shervil. 8. Lovely. 10. Lovely.
All about to see what I put my increase in.
Okay. Turn.
10. Talk with a plus 8. 11. Kyoko.
Head turn.
No. We're completely fucked.
No, we're not
We're
completely fucked.
completely fucked. Alright, so
Jacob,
Talk
this is what
rolled
dragons look like now in Yu-Gi-Oh.
a 10.
Don't be an anime girl.
Point
Oh, how was I fucking right?
10
Okay, but I love this though.
2.
It's adorable, but come on.
We're actually gonna say that Talk and Chervil and Mark III take their turns at the exact same time. So canonically, they're all happening at the same time.
Yeah, it's just that they have like that
Kyoko
split second ahead.
rolled an 8. Calcimo
No,
rolled
Kyoko
an
rolled an
No, no, no.
11.
Oh, right. I forgot
I
about advantage.
rolled an 8.
You rolled an 8. I forgot she
Oh,
has
yeah, this-
advantage on this.
Yeah, the stats for that longsword, by the way.
Yes. It is a plus. Fuck. Hold on. Let me pull up Tom's character sheet.
Demasteroshi.
It is a. Okay. So this sword is always swung with a plus 10.
Damn.
You said that's a +3.
It is technically a plus 3. It does a D8 of damage if used with one hand, and a D10 if wielded with two. Plus your strength, plus 3. Twice a day, you can use an ability called Shear, which doubles the damage roll.
Holy crap.
And kicking off this combat, Master of Ceremonies is just like, oh, this is going to be juicy, and takes a few steps back and just starts narrating.
And he pulls out a old-timey steampunk video camera.
He actually pulls out a rock. He pulls out a rock, and he says, "Ladies and gentlemen of Sandthorn Village, let's get ready to rumble! Chervil, Kyoko, Calcimo, and Tak, you are all inspired. Have a D8.
He's a bard! That's sick! All right. Oh, that makes absolute sense. What am I talking about?
Damage
There we
or
go.
No, it's a D8 to an ability check, a save, or
Or damage.
or no. Is
He's
he?
that kind of bard.
Oh, so it's any roll. Oh.
You can add a D8 one time to any roll.
That's awesome.
Yoko, you're up first. Inspired!
Inspired!
inspired and rage. Let's flank.
Fuck him up.
All right. Been a minute. Let's go ahead and get them stats.
Oh yeah, that's technically.
If you would like, I can give you guys a better combat map.
No, we're fine. I think we're fine here.
Okay. I was gonna say, because I do have a combat map that you guys can use.
How's everyone else feeling?
Go ahead and reckless attack, actually.
Jazz, do you want to use an actual combat map instead of this city map, or?
You know, why the fuck not?
Okay.
All right.
I can't believe you crit stealth and then crit failed stealth. Oh!
Fuck it. I'll take it.
That's a spicy reckless. Ooh. That's where we're at? Okay. Hey, I found the face!
Oh, yeah, really?
Yeah, see, there's like 2 eyes right here, and
Yeah. I'm glad you found the face. So, fun fact: this is the mouth, actually.
yeah,
Those are teeth.
Yeah. Anyway, Jazz rolled a crit on her second attack.
Okay.
With
so
reckless.
The first attack was.
It was a 14 because she recklessly
14
attacked.
doesn't hit, but a natural 20 does. Go ahead and roll damage.
Oh, hold on. I need to look at something real quick.
Did you rage?
She did rage.
Yeah, I did.
All right.
So I keep forgetting I have this, but bear with me.
10 HP.
No. You'll see in just a moment.
Ooh, I'm excited for it.
So for
Yeah. 16.
16 points of damage.
And
Oh,
Well-
because of brutal criticals, you roll that additional. Yeah.
Ooh, so are you doubling the second die on top of it too, or?
Yes.
Oh,
I'm doubling the damage that was rolled here.
That's a 32. Yeah, I think I'll do that too. That's a 32. Hot damn.
Good shit, Jasmine.
thank you.
So for future reference, this is where Tom went.
Oh, where?
This is that orc village.
Oh, this is the orc. Ah, I see.
But I don't think you guys are planning to come here to come get him. So he will come to you. But that is Kyoko's turn. Tak and Chervil and Mark III. All of you go at once.
I think Shervil's gonna run in. Oh God, everyone's off center. Well,
Oh, they are?
yeah.
Mark 3 twice says talk. I'll go ahead and read for him.
Yep.
Since Jacob's already doing 2 characters.
All right,
Thank you.
Roll the hit.
You're welcome.
Roll the hit with the sword. If you're not,
Two-handed.
are you proficient with martial weapons?
I believe this spell
'Cause-
makes him. Yes, with tensors. Yes, it does.
Okay. So roll your strength plus proficiency plus 3.
Damn.
Yeah, Tom rolls with a plus 11 with this thing. It's crazy.
Proud of him.
Yeah, he's a monster. That Tom.
Well,
Well,
As a-
a 24 hits.
oh yeah, because it
Wait.
does advantage.
Oh right, flanking. 24 hits and a 23 hits. Go ahead and roll damage. For both hits. So it's a D8 plus strength plus 3. Or I'm sorry, D10 plus strength plus 3.
And there's more.
Okay. Minus 16.
Because tensors
Okay.
adds more damage.
How much more damage?
John.
Oh,
Okay.
Force.
damage.
Force damage. Interesting. So the cuts go through, and the force damage that you were expecting to come through with this hits his chassis. And it doesn't even look like it left a dent. Congratulations, you've learned he's immune to force damage.
That's a spicy one. That means Mater's weapon is practically useless. That's neat, though.
But remember, you can double the damage with shear if you want to use it.
Oh, there. If you want to use it.
Yeah.
Not yet.
Okay. Wait, is your strength a 0, Tak?
-1.
Okay.
All
Good
right.
to know. So what's Chervil doing?
So Shervil ran up, and as she's running, she sees the force blasts not do anything to Mark III from it. So instead, she runs up and slides her hand across the side of her saber, making it glow. And I'm going to roll an attack with it as she runs up to slice. I don't know if that hits, but I don't I'm gonna 26. I'm gonna use it immediately.
You hit with a 26.
And that that glowing energy was her pumping a divine smite into her blade.
Mm-hmm.
And because of allies being next to it, also sneak attack damage.
Mm-hmm. God, could you imagine if Chervil got her hands on the God Sword?
Oh, damn it! That's actually a plus 11. Never mind. But I already used it, so I'll take my mistake.
All right.
Well, plus
where is the
19.
dablage?
I'm getting it all set up right now
Okay.
because I got to look at everything. So that's the weapon by itself, plus the 2d8s from Divine Smite, plus the 5d6 is a sneak attack. All right.
You guys fucked up Mark III's day.
And then because I still have 10 feet of movement, it was a jab forward and then a disengage and kicks off and goes back 10 more feet.
Okay.
Damn.
Mark III did not come here expecting to get fucked up.
Mark III is like sparking
I'm not fucking
from
around.
where that cut just went through his chest in addition to where Talk hit him.
Yeah.
Like you guys have left a pretty sizable gash in his chassis.
Mm-hmm.
And like he's kind of like leaning back like he's about to fall backwards.
I was doing that weird robot about to fucking die thing.
And then just doesn't fall. And you hear a howl.
Oh, great.
He's going to make 4 attacks at you, Talk. One, 2, 3, 4. Do a 21, 26, 14, and 24 hit.
One misses.
One
Yeah.
misses. Okay. So you take 10 points, or I'm sorry, 30 points of slashing damage and 45 points of lightning damage. Oh, so it's not re-rolled, it's just, oh, you want me to re-roll one of the attacks. Gotcha. 13. So only 2 hit. So you take 20 points of slashing damage, and you take 30 points of lightning damage.
Oh.
What was that last half? Matthew?
30 points of lightning damage. As the and you guys can feel the atmospheric change as the knuckles on his overly large claws.
Uh-huh.
Now I'll zoom in on them so you can see them a little better.
Yeah.
Pulse with a bright blue. This is not considered magical damage, as this is just straight up electricity.
Yeah. Yeah.
Coursing through you. And then he's gonna use his bonus action to action search.
Oh! Fighter. Okay.
And then he's gonna do it again. All 4 hits on Talk.
On talk. Shit.
Do a 24 and a 22 hit.
I cast shield. So
That's cool.
does
Which one doesn't hit? Because you get to reflect 1.
Yeah. Wait. I think
Shield is a reaction. You get 1 reaction per round of combat. And as these are 4 attacks he's making,
if
you would only be able to stop 1 of them.
there's actually a thing with shield. There it is.
It boosts your AC by 5 for the reaction.
For the duration for the round.
Oh, for the round?
Yeah, shield lasts until your next turn.
Okay, so what is your AC now then?
Yep.
Because I don't have Tox AC written down.
Yeah, it lasts.
I don't know what your AC is in this one.
So 16. So it's a 21. Or
Yeah, so it'd be a 21. So the 22 and the 24 would still hit.
yeah, I think you just. Oof. Oh
If
yeah.
you want to keep the shield, I'll let you.
Never mind. No cast shield.
Okay.
So,
So you take another 20 points of slashing damage and another 30 points of lightning damage. And you
No.
notice he's going for your arms.
oh, I hate that.
He wants that sword.
Mm-hmm.
Calcimel,
Yeah.
you're up.
On a scale of 1 to 10, Talk, how bad do you look? Or 1 to whatever
Oh,
your
I'm
health
sorry.
bar is.
I should make that visible. Sorry.
Okay.
That.
That's bad.
Very bad.
You know, I was gonna save this for Kyoko, but desperate times call for desperate measures. Hey, Talk. You want me to get you out of this situation again?
I don't have the fucking T-Rex. I don't have the fucking T-Rex.
How dare you? You could just grow his size.
Yeah, bro,
Fine.
it's nice.
All right.
How big is a T-Rex? Huge?
It is. It is. I'll send it to John for a second. It is huge. Yes. So I pull a strand of the cocoon out of the spell book as I wipe it across and drop it again, and Talk turns into a red and white T-Rex, and the white is as if it's a flowing white mane of hair down its back.
So, Talk, the mage armor is still on the T-Rex. So if that's higher than the T-Rex's AC,
Mage
you can
armor,
continue to use the mage armor.
or yeah,
Because mage armor is
Okay.
not concentration, and he cast it, and it lasts for 8 hours
it's
on himself.
the same. He, I think it's a 13 plus dex. Yeah.
13
So-
plus dex, yeah.
So Talk now has 136 HP.
136 HP. Okay.
And is a motherfucking T-Rex.
For the sake of this talk, I'm going to use your temporary HP bar as your new HP.
Yes, that would have broke concentration on tensors, but it wouldn't matter because the sword melds into your new form.
Yeah.
Oh, cool. I have exhaustion after I turn back. Yeah.
Okay.
And I'm also gonna move over here.
Okay.
Stay out of the way.
As a legendary action,
Uh-huh.
Mark III is going to make 4 attacks.
Against who?
The T-Rex.
The fucking tier. Who also still has shield until his turn.
So that's 21, which meets, and
2 of
that's
them
the only
hit.
one that meets.
2 of them hit because 18 would beat the T-Rex's new AC.
Remember, shield.
Yeah,
is still
it's an
up.
18 with shield up.
Oh, it's an 18 with shield?
Yeah.
Okay. Then, yeah.
Because mage armor doesn't change the T-Rex's AC.
Oh, no, it does.
No, it has a 0 dex mod and it has a natural 13.
Oh, I see. Okay. Okay, then. So you take 10 points of slashing damage and 30 points of lightning damage again.
I sent
Mark.
John. I sent you the sheet in for the T-Rex in Facebook. Yeah.
Mark III is not backing down.
Good.
Is my turn coming up, or do I have a second?
Yeah, your turn's coming up. I just need
Okay.
John to adjust his HP.
Oh wait.
Or I can do it for him while he looks at that sheet. Okay. Kyoko, you're up.
Okay. Yes, we'll go ahead and reckless attack again.
Talk just turned into T-Rock.
You don't have to because you already have advantage, Jess.
Yeah, you already have advantage.
You're flanking.
You're
All right,
flanking with a motherfucking T-Rex.
Alright, well, I'm just gonna roll normally then. So that's 1. And another crit.
Both hit. Roll damage.
Fuck this robot.
So this will be the crit first, because I have that already in my recent.
Do you want to add your D8 inspiration to the crit damage? Because that will also be doubled.
Yes, I would love to do that. So just regular ass D8?
Yeah.
Yeah, just roll a regular D8.
That's 34. That's 40
That's-
damage.
And
40
let me get
damage.
regular roll in here.
Okay.
Oh.
Mark 3 is looking fucked up. Like, I'm talking like one of the arms is like bent the wrong way.
Oh man.
There's like exposed wiring on the inside. And there's like ichor draining out of its chest. You still have a bonus action and movement.
Do I have anything I can do on my bonus action?
Do you want to do anything on your bonus action?
And remember, Talk, you can drop polymorph if it's been cast on you.
Yes, you can.
Oh yeah.
If you are willing, you can drop it whenever you want.
I don't really have many bonus action things, so I'm just gonna go ahead and call that good.
Okay. Talk, it's your turn. And starting off your turn, it's going to use its second legendary action.
Well, it's at the end of Kyoko's turn.
All right, at the end of Kyoko's turn, it's going to do its second legendary action.
Okay.
And it's going to...
Oh, fucking course it does. It's gonna turn and beat the shit out of Kyoko.
Actually, yeah.
Oh, fuck. I spoke it into existence. I'm sorry.
No, it's fine. Miss.
Wow.
Hey.
Talk, fucking end this.
All right, big boy. You ready to see God hates me today? And also, nom nom. Oh man, go and bite the bitch. Oh. $26 to hit.
Yeah. Ya hit.
It's also grappled and restrained. If it survives.
How much damage does this do?
It does 4d12s plus 7. The
Yeah.
average is 33.
Average... How do you want to do this, Tom?
That's a kill.
Attica!
Baby.
Juan, how does it feel to watch one of your creations get absolutely shredded?
Hey, Tom. Hey, Juan, you remember what I said earlier about those pearls?
Yeah.
Disregard it. Show no mercy if you have to.
Oh, fuck.
They're bloodthirsty.
So
And
can I do all at once?
You can do them all at once if you'd like.
Hey. For this section of the crew, this makes sense.
Oh yeah, no, absolutely.
I bite this motherfucker, lift him in the air, shake him back and forth viciously before ripping him in half.
Okay. So you rip Mark III in half, right? Like, he is a jumbled mess. He is essentially his entire left arm, his head, his right shoulder, and then down to his midsection and back up to his left armpit. That's all that's left of him, and it's dented to fuck. And it's still just like horror movie monster crawling at you, Talk. and it reaches out, and the lights just flicker and turn off.
And then
Then
stomp its head in.
And you guys hear the of steel giving. Which, hold on, I think I have a sound for that.
After he
Jurassic Park. No.
after he does that, I snap my fingers and the polymorph fades off of him and he turns back into talk.
So just loud as shit.
Yep, normal green exhausted talk.
Place.
Yep. Talk is back to normal.
Okay, I'm gonna move you guys back to Sandthorn for now. He's gone.
Damn it,
Talk
talk.
you have.
Every single time I want to use polymorph on Kyoko, you get into so much danger.
I was expecting this to do way more. I'm not gonna lie.
I didn't even get to use some of the other spells and tricks I have up my sleeve still. I've still only used polymorph.
Jacob, that's all you need.
Apparently.
That's
Combat
one
is
down.
over, and the Master of Ceremonies comes walking up to you guys and goes, "Another great performance by the Dreamchasers. You guys ready to go or what?"
Shervil's gonna pick through the body parts before we head out.
Picking through the body parts. Roll me an investigation.
Her investigation.
At disadvantage, because a lot of this was chewed, mangled, and ripped apart.
No, Shervil doesn't find anything.
You find a stone.
Oh.
You pick it up, and it's got a rune on the stone.
I have no regrets. That bitch deserved all of it.
Deserve-
Oh fuck! I forgot you were doing it.
I'm gonna cut. It just comes a little slower for me because bad internet. But I'm gonna kind of dust myself off a little bit and be like, all right, that's one down.
I'm
we get
also
moving
on
on the
my
rest?
back with a tiny shaking fist. Calcimo, I think, is gonna look at that and probably use an Arcana check on that stone.
Okay, roll me your Arcana.
A 19.
You know that this is a sending stone.
Ah. Oh, that's a communication stone. Do we want the doctor to know we are coming? That is a question.
I would like to grab the stone and just say into it, bitch.
You take the stone, activate it, and say bitch into it,
Yep.
and the voice of Azamodius reaches you.
I was wrong.
Kyoko does the kind of like hot potato fumble thing.
So I take it Mark III is dead. Well, I'm glad I sent the doctor where I did.
Where would that be?
That'd be cheating, dear.
Wouldn't you like to know, Weather Boy?
Really?
You can keep the stone. I'll play your games. When you're ready to face me, I'll be at the spire.
You know what? Bring it on.
Our friend Valandor sends hello.
Oh, that's
Oh.
not
And
good.
you hear and a scream.
Are you at the spire? Calcimo takes it. Are you at the spire now?
I could be.
Wouldn't you like to know, Weather Boy?
Yeah, he ain't. Okay. I just I take the rock as a wizard, and with my wimpy arms, I just throw it about 20 feet, and it does, that's about it.
into the sand.
I'm gonna go over to it. I'm gonna kind of hacky sack kick it up, and I'm gonna just fucking eat the bitch.
So you hacky sack it up, and like as you're doing that, you flip your great axe around, so it's more like a baseball bat,
Hell yeah.
and you just tink, and the thing goes soaring off into the desert.
Nifty.
Oh,
So let's go ahead and get you guys to where we're headed.
Yep, to Cosm Door.
You arrive after 3 days of travel.
Fun. Oh, that means we get long rested. I hope. Hope that's what that means. Is that what it means? Oh, it's so pretty here.
Now you see why I wanted you guys to explore this place.
Oh, I love it.
I wish it would load in just a little bit better for me.
Oh.
Welcome to Cosm Door.
Did we get long rests while on that
Yes,
travel?
yes, you
Okay.
did.
I just didn't hear.
Hey, okay. I know we're trying to kind of pick up the pace a little bit more, but wasn't there something we needed to talk about the next time there was a lull?
Oh, we can
Yes,
talk.
and
Yeah.
I'm giving you guys that opportunity to do that as you're traveling.
Yeah, we can
I'm
talk
only
while we're
picking up the
traveling.
pace because we're coming on to hour 2 now, and there's still stuff I expect you guys to be able to do this episode with 1.
Okay.
But I mean, like, we could talk. Well, for a
So in
little
those
bit.
3 days of travel,
Yeah. What do we talk about?
discuss.
Jacob, I believe you had something to say as Calcimo.
I don't remember.
Regarding heritage.
Regarding heritage. Right! That's what it is. Thank you.
You're welcome. I couldn't start this conversation on my own.
I appreciate that. Yes, I was gonna say that. So during partway through the first day's journey, I kind of sidle up next to Kyoko, and I'm like, so something's been kind of like eating at my mind a little bit recently.
Ah, that metagaming pigeon is back. I'm sorry, metagaming parrot. Maybe it wasn't a drop. Drop my deity.
More like a roadrunner. We're in the desert after all.
Just God, fucking birds.
But
Anyway.
yeah, Calcimo's just something's just been kind of like, and I think I'm right on this one.
Yeah, what's that?
You know that Captain DeLuca guy?
Yeah.
I mean, it hasn't been that long. Of course, we still know him. I think he's your dad, or at least someone related to you.
Yeah, what?
I mean, Sprocket kind of made an offhanded comment that we all pushed aside, but like after the weirdness passed, I kind of took a little time to like really observe and it's you have a lot of very
Talk roll
similar
insight.
features. Like more than just like, oh, you're two tieflings.
Like what?
Talk, you're certain.
Like, you know, the kind of smiles the two of you make when you find something slightly amusing, your weird quirks, similar eyes and the way you appraise people.
Matthew, do I need to make a roll now?
Make me an insight check with advantage.
Oh shit, I did not mean to hit Discord. Please don't slow down my computer.
Oops. I talk.
I thought it was obvious. Oh, I only
12. You can see it. Now you're having a lot of questions. It makes sense given what he said about, you know, your dad. And you make that connection. Oh shit, he was talking about my dad.
Kyoko just kind of like face palms and groans.
Yeah, I mean, it just kind of worked out that way. I mean, there's plenty of time to go and explore that once Azamodius is gone, right? Like, I mean, who knows? We could run into him in Cosmdor.
Maybe, but if we do, I've got a lot of questions.
That's fair.
Besides, I'm sure we'll see him again before we see Asmodeus.
Yeah. So, you want to see some of the spells I have planned for our co-op fighting? Trying to change it to a lighter note.
Yeah, sure.
He kind of pulls out his spell book, and of course he goes by polymorph. And you see one of them. You see enlarge/reduce. I can make you even stronger and bigger.
Oh my god.
See, of course I have like fly and things like that, and he just kind of goes off on like a little nerdy rant of some of the spells he has that's going to help in boosting allies as well as exploding enemies.
Oh my god.
So did
You
anybody send Tom a message saying where you guys were going? I thought you guys said you did, but I don't remember. Because we talked about it, and then
I asked Talk if he would, but I didn't know if.
And then Talk went and did a dream sequence with Valandor.
Yeah. Because I asked him about that right before that dream sequence.
I imagine he'd have time over 3 days to do this too.
I could do it. Okay.
Okay, cool.
All right. I think that's all.
Unless you add anything.
I wouldn't know right now. Normally, I have a really good idea of what Mater's character is thinking, but this time, I'm not quite sure.
She's
During
probably
this
thinking
time-
about the penis
During this
that
time,
everybody saw. They're like, man, it's awkward that you saw your dad's cock.
No, she's probably more. Actually, her thoughts are probably more about Sprocket, and she's kind of having after taking down Mark III. She's thinking about the people who had
Actually
gotten her to this point.
It's been 3 days.
Yeah.
Chervil, you receive a message on day 2 of travel from Thel.
Okay.
Hey, it's Thel.
Who?
I found Sprocket. Or most of him.
You rat bastard.
I got his head and his body, but the Nagas came back. There's a few spell ends. Another message comes through. Pieces and chunks missing, but we should be back in like a day. A lot of ghosts down here. Weird.
fuck the Chimera.
She sits there and thinks about it. Or it's message, right? So I can send a 25-word response.
Yeah, and while you're thinking, there's like this awkward pause, and then, oh, he says hi, by the way. He's not mad. Just thought I'd put that
She
spell in.
grips her blouse really tightly by her heart. Trial by torment is the key phrase to get out of the tunnel. Glad he's back. Thank you. And she says it like quiet, like through the whipping sands. You don't really hear. The rest of the people on board don't really hear her say anything. But Thel definitely does, and she nearly loses grip guiding this a little bit on the skiff, and then reholds onto it after.
No, there is no spare wood talk. There's enough space for you guys to sit on this wooden box and to have your equipment in front of you. Like, you're sitting on like a 10 by 10 box.
John's trying
that's
to make
got a
another
sail
cart.
on it.
So, while like during one of the times we're resting, Kyoko, or one of the times we're
Probably during rest.
during a rest time, Sherville, she looks better, but still not in any kind of place to lead.
Right.
Day 3 of you guys' travel, you get another message from Thel saying, "Okay, that sucked. Where are you guys?"
Heading to Cosmdor. Tom might still be in Sandthorn.
Okay.
I don't have to use
Kyoko,
all
I'm
20.
sorry,
I don't
cut
have
you
to use all 25 words.
No, I know. Neither does he.
Like the
I'm sorry.
old-
Go ahead, Kyoko. I cut you off specifically to bring in the awkward timing of Thel. Glass blade.
But no, I just want to check in on Chervil and be like, how are you feeling?
Better.
Yeah?
He's okay.
What do you mean?
I got a message in Sprocket said that he's not mad and that he's going to be meeting back up with us. I didn't know he could send those kind of messages.
No, okay, out of character, I have to ask a question real quick. I've completely forgot about Thel, right?
Yeah, you completely forgot about Thel.
No, also, I'm also still playing that Sherville, after the message is gone, doesn't remember who Thel is. Just knows that Sprocket's okay, and he somehow sent a message.
I think Chervil's losing her goddamn mind.
That'd be an insight check, probably.
That's up to the DM, I would think. God,
Roll
what's your...
insight.
Alright, well, fuck. It's a 4.
Whether or not you believe in her, she is being totally honest to you. It's up to how much you believe she's losing it.
As far as I know, Sprocket's dead, so...
I know, it's...
I'm kind of losing it a little bit.
Calcimo just kind of shrugs.
I am.
Hey, Juan, do you mind checking the chat right quick?
I pat Chervil on the back.
Oh,
I'm like, I miss him too, but I don't know if we'll be seeing him again soon. I just don't want you to get your hopes up.
She grips onto her saber. Like tight, and it kind of glows a little bit with energy as she puts a lot of her emotion into it and just lets go. Like a ship in a bottle, she puts her emotions into that blade.
Oh.
And as awkward as ever, Kyoko's kind of like fidgets a little bit. It's like, I'm here if you ever need to talk. And it's just kind of like awkwardly go sit down by Calcimo again.
Calcimo gives you 2 thumbs up. That was awesome. I think
Yeah.
you're starting to break through.
No. She like kind of hides behind her wings. It's
I'm
like
not-
obviously very weird.
I'm not talking about breaking through to Sherval. I mean, you're breaking through to like actually be a people person.
Oh God, no.
Now you can be the people person in a relationship, and I don't have to, because fuck people. Uh...
Kyoko's just hiding behind her wings and just like, oh.
Alrighty.
Okay. So on the 4th day of travel, that morning, you guys arrive in Chasm Door.
How quickly was it a shift to this oasis?
Pretty much, you guys found like this group of trees, and you noticed that the sand was starting to turn a more gray color.
Oh, okay.
Or it was starting to shift from a more gray color to like an actual sand color.
Yeah.
And like there were little spots of like cactus here, cactus there. Oh, that's a palm tree. What the fuck? That's a lot of palm trees. There's a lot of palm trees. And your skiff actually bounced off of a rock.
There's trees here.
And you guys sailed through the air in a skiff for like 30 feet and landed with the skiff kind of bent.
Okay.
And the skiff is broken now.
Oh.
But you guys tumbled down a hill, and here you are.
Oh my god. It looks like steam. Is it like... Is it just...
Is it foggy?
Is it like foggy, or is it steaming?
It's steam.
Oh.
It's steam.
Awesome.
The thing that immediately catches your attention is the giant dragon skeleton.
No, that's really cool.
And the kind of like lattice work that is this multi-tiered. It looks like a rig. It looks like an oil rig, but made of wood out here.
Huh.
This is a platform town, and in the center, there is a central, like, big tower that goes straight down.
Uh-huh.
And if you look into the water, actually with Chervil's passive perception and dark vision, she can see it. The water's about 25 feet deep.
Mm-hmm.
And then as you get closer towards the middle of that spire, it just drops.
Mm.
And there's steam coming out of that hole.
Interesting.
And the water is actually pulling out of the mouth of that giant dragon.
Oh, that's really cool. That's super cool.
So it looks like it's like a weird water pump system.
Mm-hmm.
And the steam that's rising is probably a result of the oasis being refilled with its own water.
Oh.
It looks like an oasis built on a sinkhole.
Oh. God damn it, it's the Aztec city.
What?
The capital city of the Aztecs was built on a lake, and it's sinking because of it. Because humanity keeps building their cities on shitty locations that are going to sink into the ground.
When will we learn?
We will never learn!
I'm gonna send a picture of my screen real quick. Can y'all tell me if I'm missing something?
Sure. Probably everything.
Cock, you can teleport back to Thel's house and to the magistrate's office. That's the 2 sigils you learned.
Hmm.
It's uploading.
Okay.
Sorry, it's kind of slow. I'm gonna look at the, and I'm a little nervous, but I'm gonna speak up.
You're not zoomed
What?
out all the way.
So scroll up, Jazz,
And scroll up, yeah.
and you'll see what I'm talking about.
So I was scrolled up as far as I can go in that picture.
Oh, well, zoom out then.
Refresh the page.
Yeah, that's why I was like, I'm not seeing a lot of this. Am I?
Okay, I'm gonna send you a photo, Jess.
Okay.
Yes, to help you out
Oh,
here.
okay. I refreshed
loaded?
and it loaded in.
Okay.
We're good.
All right.
All right, cool.
Sorry about that.
All
You're
right.
fine.
Well,
But while we're here, DeLuca mentioned the doctor's lab, and I know Sprocket didn't want to go there, but I think we might find some answers. The more I've been thinking on it,
well, he's
I think
not
we
here to.
all have.
He's not here to say no. Honestly, if we're gonna talk our way out of this, it's the best that he's not here.
I don't even think the doctor's there, but we might get some answers.
I look for a decently
You find a
sized
you,
stick.
you find a decently sized stick. How decent we talking?
We talking like a 3-foot long stick? Something for my size.
Okay. You see what looks like the perfect walking cane sticking out of the water in the little drop down. Got you one.
How far is that stick?
It's about a 30-foot drop. But
You
you
are-
see the perfect walking stick down there.
You want me at 30 foot? You want me to get that stick? You can get it? All right.
So I'm thinking, while he does this,
Hold on. Satak, you go down there and you grab that stick, and a little bit of the water
Wait.
splashes up on you.
No, mage hand. Exactly.
Oh, mage hand.
Yeah.
Cool. So you send the mage hand down, and it grabs the stick, and as it's pulling the stick up, the water kind of splashes up on it, and the mage hand dissipates. And like it looks like it's in agony as it just disappears into nothing. And the stick is dropped back down into the water.
Lovely. Well, we're not going for a dip. Well,
Do you still want to go get that stick?
what? I just hear the what? I pull it up
You pull it up carefully with mage hand.
with mage hand.
Roll me a sleight of hand check.
It's like the crane game.
The claw.
The claw. Ah!
Natural
Oh.
20. You get the cane up, and you bring it over to you. And Calsimo and Tak, immediately you recognize that this thing is magic. Based on the fact that there's a rune carved into it.
Oh,
There's a series
sick.
of runes that go down the side of the stick.
That's cool. Oh, I'm okay. I mean, I have the Orb of Identification. If you, it's a ritual cast, whatever.
The Orb of Identification, it says ritually cast it,
Oh, it does.
but it's an instantaneous.
Oh,
casting.
I mean, just like instead of as we're walking, I use the orb to identify that stick.
Okay, that stick. That stick is called the Mage Cane.
The Mage Cane.
With this cane, you are granted freedom of movement
Cool sweats.
on all terrain.
Oh, so it just gives
are-
you freedom of
You
movement.
are undeterred by difficult terrain. In addition to this, it is an hour-long attunement period,
Okay.
and additionally,
Is it a spellcasting focus?
it can be used as a spellcasting focus,
Oh my god.
I look at Talk. I'm like,
and that is all it does.
and I tell him, but I'm like, you already have that cool wand. Can I have the cane? I don't really have any.
The cane,
I'm
the
taking that
cane he found is not actually big enough for you to use, Calcimo.
Oh.
It is perfectly sized for a small creature.
You're the worst.
He said he was looking for a perfect stick. I found him a perfect stick.
Alrighty. I can't use it as like a wand.
Unfortunately, no.
Leviosa, Jacob.
All right. Well, let's go into the goddamn fucking town.
But you do walk into the town.
Yeet the stick back into the water.
Did I tell? I didn't give you how much gold Calcimo had, did I?
No, you didn't.
Calcimo has 1,400 gold. He never spent any money. And you guys paid him several times.
Hello, Calcimo. So this is what it's like to have money. All right. Thank you.
Kane. Sorry, I'm texting John the thing. So you guys cross the rope bridge, and it's a little rickety, but it's stable. Yeah, I'm texting it to you now, Talk. And you are immediately assaulted with what is a marketplace. Like a crazy
Whoa.
marketplace. Like, people are trying to shove things into your hand and saying you owe them money. And Kyoko, you immediately pick up on this. And, like, somebody tries to do it to Chervil, and, like, the moment Chervil reaches out for, like, a rose, you slap that shit to the ground and say, get the fuck out of here.
Good.
Because your criminal background is just like, nah, you know how this shit runs. This is a black market.
This is probably a scam I've fucking run before.
Yeah, this is a literal black market town.
Huh.
Ooh.
And, like, you're looking around and you're seeing, like, more and more exotic items here. And, like, exotic materials, rare metals and gems, weapons, mage supplies. Like, this town has everything. Overpriced water.
It's that spa water. Oh fuck.
I'm gonna go ahead and warn everyone, black market, be careful.
Right. He looks over at the maid supplies. Right.
No.
Mhm.
No.
It's... Chervil's like, well, do we just ask somebody where the Dr. Zero's lab is?
Another point, because of how high Chervil's passive perception is,
Mm-hmm.
there's a lot of simic hybrids here.
Huh!
Like, a lot.
Huh.
Like, and a lot of this looks like the handiwork that the doctor was arrested for. So, like,
Oh,
there's
that's-
tieflings walking around with literal crab legs.
That's so weird, and I hate it.
There's tieflings walking around with, like, crab appendages. There's a Goliath with, like, 4 tentacles, and he's just like, he's got 2 of them coming out of both arms, and, like, he's just got them, like, curled up into big octopus fists, and he's just punching his way along the ground, and that's how he's moving.
Oh, I hate
And,
that
like,
too.
the other 2 are like, the other 2 tentacles are, like, holding on to a big box on his back. Like, you can tell that this is a town of freaks, but it works.
Offense to that.
Calcimo's just like, man, I thought Sprocket was weird.
Like, looking around, you're just like, man, the doctor is tame in comparison to some of the shit you're seeing here. Like, there's a dude with a pelican head. Just a pelican head for no fucking reason.
Pelican
Doesn't
mouth.
even have wings.
Pelican mouth, good for placing baby in. Comfortable for baby to sleep in. Put baby in pelican mouth.
And, like, he's got, like, a bandolier that has, like, bottles in it. And, like, he's selling overpriced water.
I want to ask where Dr. Zero's lab is, but I don't want to be I don't want to presume anything. Kyoko, what's the best place to ask for information in a black market?
Kyoko, this is your element. You would know exactly who to go ask.
And who would that be?
Any merchant.
I'm going to go ahead and go up to a merchant.
Everybody else probably follows you as close as they can.
You approach an oddities merchant,
Mm-hmm.
and they've got like one of their arms is like chopped off at the elbow, and there's just like wolf paws, kind of similar to like how Mark III was built. Except it's like a dire wolf paw. And the other hand is still just a normal human hand. But she's got like wolf ears on the top of her head, in addition to her human ears.
Oh my gosh.
And she's wearing like a blue cloak and a shawl that covers half of her face. And she says, "Oh, hello. Are you interested in some of my baubles?"
Oh no, she's a furry.
Shame her.
I just Calcimo just kind of Calcimo and Shervable just kind of glance at Kyoko like, you know how it runs here.
I'm actually looking for some information.
Oh, well, what are you looking for?
I'm looking for a certain laboratory, but I'm not sure where it is.
Well, the only laboratory here would be the doctor's lab, and Professor Wanda's lab.
Where's the doctor's lab?
Nobody knows. They just kind of wake up there.
Oh, I hate that.
Unfortunate.
Like, we know it's here somewhere, because Captain DeLuca knows where it is. But nobody can ever get a beat on Captain DeLuca because obviously everybody looks the fucking same here when everybody is so different, you know?
Right.
Like, he's weird because he's a normal tiefling. But, like, everyone else here is fucking weird.
And
also, if you see a guy named Marvin, don't trust him.
why's that?
Well, so he's my ex, and he sells magical marbles. And there's this portly individual in a top hat with flaming red sideburns. This is a fire genasi. With what looks like seal legs. Like his legs have been replaced with seal flippers, and he's bouncing on a ball. Rolling down the street. And he says, come on to Marvin's mystical marbles and doodads and trinkets.
Do you want me to freeze him into a block of ice?
God, I wish.
I can.
You will be killed, though.
Oh, okay.
He's very powerful mage.
Let's not do that.
Yeah, don't.
So, duly noted on Marvin, but would you happen to know where Captain DeLuca is?
Sorry, my brain. I just
She kind of like scratches her chin for a second and goes, "I don't know. I'm having a hard time remembering." And she's holding out a hand like she's waiting, but she's not looking at you.
I mean, to be real honest, the Marvin's magical marbles just replayed in my head like 4 times.
So the actual ad he's saying out is "Welcome to Marvin's Mystical Marbles. Magic marbles and mystic oddities."
So no, but like the way you said it, it just was replaying in my head the entire time.
No, I know. He's extreme. I love that NPC. He's one of my favorites.
Kyoko, how much gold do you give her? Sorry.
I go ahead and say maybe this will jog your memory, and I put 5 gold in her hand.
I don't know.
Um,
He's either at his tower or he could be. And she puts her hand back out.
Sherville like kind of gets a little bit in the way and grabs her saber by the handle and gives her a look.
I'm gonna look at Sherville and be like, "Hey, hold on.
And
Thieves' honor."
no, I'm not gonna hurt them. They really should tell us where Captain DeLuca is. And I'm going to use the panache ability from the rogue, which is my persuasion versus your insight.
Okay.
So I got a 24 on persuasion.
I can't beat that unless I crit.
Okay.
And I did not.
And you are now charmed by Sherville. And Sherville's like,
"Oh, I like you.
Now,
You've got gumption.
now,
You'll fit in.
I know. My friend has definitely paid you enough for that information. Now, please, if you'd be so kind, and she releases her hand off the sword, to just tell us where Captain DeLuca could be found.
And she pulls down with the direwolf paw. She pulls down her mask,
Mm-hmm.
and she points up with the paw and says, "Tallest tower, north section."
Thank you. And she gives a look to the rest of the group and is like, "We going?"
I'm ready when everyone else is.
Calcium's like, "I want to get the fuck out of here. I can already feel my pocketbook getting lighter." Sure.
We've all learned a lesson of not bringing your money everywhere you go.
Yeah. And Sherville's just kind of like, "I'm done with nonsense people," as they're leaving.
Okay. So you guys make your way to Captain DeLuca's tower.
Mm-hmm.
Um,
God damn.
and a bunch of y'all up here. And you see, different from the rest of the stalls here, this one is actually built more like a home.
Uh-huh.
It's like a so the entryway, right, is a gazebo.
Yeah.
With like a little garden hanging from all the wall off pieces. Where he's growing like fruits and vegetables and whatnot. And then the actual entryway to the house is like this 3-story tall like wall. And then there's a little piece that juts out of the back that leads to a tent.
I mean, we know he's not overcompensating, but this is egregious.
Mm-hmm. It is actually built along the spine of the giant dragon as well.
Huh. Well, after you. Fucking course it is.
I'll go ahead and take lead.
Okay. So you knock on the door, I imagine.
Oh, I can do that right now.
Kyoko.
Yeah.
You knock on the door.
You knock on the door?
Yes.
Okay.
But it's like, because, Kyoko being who she is, it's more like the cop knock.
cop knock. Okay, so you cop knock on the door. So it's a very loud, and like a little slit in the door quickly opens up and says, "DeLuca residence, how can I help you?"
I
Is
need
it
to see the.
is it in Infernal that they're speaking?
Common actually.
Oh.
I'm going to say an infernal. I need to see DeLuca.
On whose authority?
Kyoko's.
Oh, you guys, gotcha. And she slams the door closed, and you hear like,
Before the door opens up, I'm gonna cast comprehend. I'm gonna cast comprehend languages on myself.
you just heard what sounds like 30 locks being unlocked.
Holy shit!
And the door swings open, and you're greeted by this like 14-year-old human girl. And she is the most normal looking thing you think you've ever seen in your life. Like basic white bitch, blonde hair, blue eyes.
Uh,
Um
How is she dressed?
very well,
Okay,
actually.
that answered my question.
She's just very well. Definitely wearing noble clothing.
Oh.
Like these are fine linen she's wearing. Um, and she escorts you guys inside to sit in a waiting room while she goes and retrieves Captain DeLuca, and 15 minutes pass
Okay.
of you guys just kind of sitting there twiddling your thumbs.
Damn, I just burned 15 minutes of comprehend languages. Fuck my
I'm sorry.
life.
I'm sorry. And DeLuca comes downstairs.
It's okay. No, I'm kidding. Don't worry. It lasts an hour.
Oh, okay. Cool. I feel
I'm
less
kind
bad about that
Like,
then.
I don't sit, I'm just pacing.
Yeah, you're pacing. He
Hey,
comes
hey.
downstairs like there's not a fucking problem in the world.
Hmm.
Like, oh, you guys are here? Cool. And he says that in Infernal. He was not expecting you guys to be.
Yes, actually.
I was actually going to go visit an old friend. Would you guys like to accompany me? I think you may know him well.
Oh.
Dr. O is back in town.
Doctor. No.
Yes.
Well, yes. He invited me to dinner tonight.
Talk also is casting comprehend language. Sherville's just sitting there like,
And
what?
this is all in Infernal.
What are they
I'm
saying?
not translating. But you see Kyoko just kind of like drop in stance.
Wait, I gotta see paladin spells. Give me one hot minute. Maybe I can
Yeah,
get...
if I had the means to communicate with you guys, I would, but
Damn
it's not in my repertoire.
Calcimo is translating for Sherville.
Mhm.
You know what? I
Sure.
think we would love to accompany you to dinner.
Sherville's doing that that at rest pose where you have one hand down and the hand that your sheathed weapon is on is resting on the handle.
Mhm.
And she's like hearing what's going on, she's kind of gripping it a little bit.
Okay. So you all follow him to Dr. O's?
I mean, if we're gonna get a first class invitation to just walk into his house and not have to track him down any harder than we are, yes, actually.
Okay.
Things are looking. Maybe?
Yeah, you know? Things are looking up. Yeah, we just follow him. No big deal.
All right. So you all follow him. And when you arrive, you see something you weren't expecting. Tom is sitting at the table with the doctor.
What?
I give Tom a look.
Wasn't expecting you.
I hate that, Juan. Don't say it like that. I hate you.
I still say we should have added the cat, Matthew.
I think that would have been a little too much. Everybody, Juan made this map.
Let's see it. Let's see it. We're not there yet. I'm ready.
I
I'm
moved
ready.
you guys.
I'm not there.
I'm there.
What?
Oh.
Here,
No.
refresh your page.
Yeah, because I'm seeing it. It's just not like it's kind of blurry, but it'll straighten out here in a minute.
Give me a second. I'm refreshing my page.
Yeah, Jacob, you may need to refresh because everybody else can see it.
Yeah, I'm fine.
Weird. I don't. Oh, there we go. Now it's showing me. There we. Ooh. That's a bunch of corpses. Those are so. That's a pile of bones.
Oh, wait,
Piano, octopi, crabs.
Straightened out.
This sure is a location.
That is not a teleportation circle. It does follow the arcane focus of conjuration, but that's a one-way ticket. That's an in. That's an in portal, not an out portal.
That's an innie, not an outie.
In Calcimo, you actually recognize it. It is very similar in structure to the teleportation to that circle that was in the Laughing Hands
Right.
lair.
I just kind of. Calcible just kind of looks back and forth between everyone. You know, one word. Just say the word.
Not yet, Calcimo.
Right.
What?
Sprocket's not here.
And
Let's find out what's going on.
and Dr. O, Captain DeLuca comes over, gives you a hug, and says, "It's good to see you again, my old friend."
Good to see you
And he
too.
takes the seat next to you.
after
Please
what
sit down.
after what we have discovered about him, I'm worried. Even more so. Anyway.
Also, if anybody wants to zoom in on the table,
Yes.
We put a lot
Lon
of work
found
into
these food items.
He
And
did?
if you look, there are actually plates of food and knives and
Yeah, there are.
actual
good
desserts.
job.
He made ice cream out of a frozen tree in a bowl.
Sure.
There's cinnamon rolls.
We had to sacrifice the cheese wheel, though.
We did
Shervil,
have to sacrifice a big cheese wheel.
Shervil's gonna take a seat next to Tom. Just I'm glad you
Okay.
made it here safe.
Yeah, Annie and I got the ceremony done, lickety split, and you guys told me to meet you guys here, so we took a tunnel.
I'm gonna sit.
Did you guys know there's a sinkhole under here?
I think it's
That, like-
safer if I sit next to the doctor.
Right.
Okay.
Long time no see.
I gotta sit over here.
Kyoko looks like she is having a hard time forming words and thought right now.
And the lab is definitely in disarray. Like, you can tell he maybe had like a couple minutes to clean up and was like, fuck it, and just set up a nice meal.
Shervil just kind of staring calculated daggers at the doctor.
Yes.
Is just
Lon,
like
with your detect magic, Captain DeLuca, his hand is glowing. Talk has a new scar on his face that's glowing, and a walking cane and a wand in his pocket. Kyoko's got spiked knuckles that are glowing.
I imagine I'm also full of fucking bite marks from the chimera.
also Kyoko's armor is glowing.
Her armor is glowing. Chervil's got a sword that's glowing, and Calcimo has an orb that's glowing. And Tom's sword is, of course, glowing.
All these wizards nowadays, all they know is ponder they orb.
So, you guys must have gone through some adventures.
Sure.
You seem
Most
to
of
be missing
most
one.
of it you're familiar with. The only thing that that's new on Kyoko is the armor.
Yeah, but Shervil is like, staring calculated daggers and is just like, yeah. Sprocket wants you dead, right?
Figured. I have some safety precautions in case he comes barging in.
You're lucky he's not here right now, honestly.
Kyoko finally manages to spit out words. We killed M3 too.
Tom pipes up. Guys, I think I should clear the air here. He had no control of himself in the castle. He actually explained to me he was trying to attack Azamodius, and his eyes went black. He has no recollection of anything that transpired after he lost consciousness, and he woke up at the spire.
That's a fucking
only-
insight check.
Roll insight on Tom.
Yeah.
I'd like to roll insight too if I can.
Go ahead.
I'm rolling,
Anybody who wants to roll insight, roll
Yeah.
insight.
One for Calcimo and one for Shervil. So I'll do Calcimo's first and Shervil's second because they're both. Shervil got a crit.
Wait, Kazuma can do it twice?
No, I have to do two separate
Shervil.
ones. Yeah, I have to do, and
Yeah.
they're both the same.
Tom is telling the truth.
Okay. So granted,
Or
she
at least what
wasn't-
Tom believes is the
Yeah, yeah.
So granted, the doctor doesn't remember what happened. However, this is the second time this has happened. So it's not that he's in control of his actions, true, but he's a liability. How do we keep this from happening again?
I don't know. Calvin and Kazuma seem to know about DDs, so maybe they can come up with a protection spell.
Man's dead.
Very
Oh,
dangerous liability.
I liked it.
Calcimo looks, and while you have been gallivanting in your mind wipe, you had kidnapped her son, and now apparently Azamodius has access to him, and is one of the pieces he needs to do whatever he's doing at the tower.
Oh,
So Doc,
yeah.
immediate red flag. You never met her son.
Wait, Caliban had a son?
Oh, but the doctor doesn't remember anything since he blacked out, right?
He remembers waking up at the spire
Mm-hmm.
and making his way here with Mark III.
Oh.
But he has no recollection of ever blacking out since.
Caliban has a son.
You don't know this?
No. Never met the guy. She never even mentioned him.
Then who the fuck kidnapped the son?
Shervil looks. I mean, it has to be Azamodius, doesn't it?
Or Mark
guys-
III?
You
Or
guys
Mark III.
scried on it. You guys scried on Azamodius 3 weeks ago. A lot can happen in 3 weeks.
Look, all I
Wait.
remember after waking on the spiral. Wait. All I
one-
remember after waking up from the spiral is Asmodeus wanting something to do with Bahamut. He said, which actually is the sword that Tom's carrying. How'd you get that?
We found it. What can I say?
Found
Tom's
it in
just like, Kyoko found it, and I just kind of took it. It seemed like the right thing to do at the time.
Well,
Nobody's asked for it back. Tom has it, or Talk has it, though.
oh. Well, regardless, as long as he doesn't get that sword, you guys should be fine. Don't know about Calvin's son. It's a tragedy.
Shervil just keeps looking back, expecting any moment for Sprocket to kick down that fucking door. And I sure as hell am not letting you touch it.
There's an easier way to do this.
Calcimo looks.
No one trusts the doctor, and nobody trusts that he's telling the truth, right?
Tom raises his hand, and Captain DeLuca as well. We trust him.
Okay, so hear me out. When we met Calcimo, he could do a truth circle. Why don't we just do that? Then it's all
I'm
out.
letting him draw on my floor.
It'll go away after the spell's done.
My floor.
We could do it right outside.
I like my humble abode.
It's just chalk, man.
Tom's just like, I mean,
Very
it's
well.
the least incriminating way.
Very
Yeah.
well. Just do it near the pile of squids.
All right.
And he points back at one of the test tubes,
Uh-huh.
and you see a box of squids.
Yeah, I see
And
that
then
box
you
of
see
squid.
something green hit its head on the test tube.
Ugh, man, I hate that.
And it's massive.
Can we retreat a little bit, actually?
I'm gonna go over here then, and I'm gonna start drawing that. Can I do the zone of truth as like a?
Yeah, ritual cast Stone of Truth.
I don't. The thing is, I didn't pick that spell because I forgot he used it. Can I just
It's
do it
okay.
as a story beat? Okay.
Yeah, do it as a story beat.
So I go build a zone of truth over there. Do I even want to know what's in that damn tube?
Calcimo,
Lord, I had to get back to work.
so
I've been
Calcimo,
here
when you
3
come over
weeks.
here,
Mm-hmm.
you can see that there are labels on these test tubes written in brass.
As I'm drawing my zone of truth sigils, I'm just like glancing every so often, like, oh god, what the fuck is in there?
Do you want to read
Yes.
Okay, so which one do you want to read?
already
I'm gonna,
Of the two that
that
are
one.
above you, that one?
Yeah.
Nullifier.
Oh, I hate that. Okay.
And then in quotations, Nully.
The rest of us are trying to be civil. The least you could do is let this magic. Let's let magic do the talking. Oh. Calcimo stops right before he ends the spell. And he's like, "All right, Doc, come over here. Stand in this radius."
I also want to point out that this crab has a knife.
I love it.
Dabby, put it down.
Stabby.
It's got that saw knife, and it just kind of like swings it down really quick.
When the doctor
I'm
gets
still holding it up.
when the
You have to
doctor
forgive him. He's been
gets over, he looks at Calcimo looks at him and is just like, "You going to be willing to tell the truth on this one?"
I guess.
Okay, and he finishes the thing, and the zone of truth goes around him.
Okay. Juan, this is an important question. Do you want to fight the Zone of Truth?
That's why I asked him directly, and he said, "I guess." But
Yeah, all right.
He can lie though.
yeah,
I'll roll
You're not
just in
gonna fight
case. I'll roll just in case. What do I got?
Okay.
Got to roll.
I gotta find where zone of truth is. Is it a second level
I
spell
think
or
it's a wisdom
third?
save.
Okay.
It's probably a wisdom save, but I don't know what fucking level it is. All right. What the fuck? Zone of truth isn't even a wizard spell.
Yeah. It is.
Does that count as a spell save?
It is a spell save, yes.
Cool.
It's a second level enchantment, and it's a bard, cleric, or paladin spell. But all right.
Huh. Okay.
And it is a charisma saving throw. Actually,
Charisma
thank you.
save.
Okay, so I just have to lower myself 1. Cool. I have advantage.
That's cool. Let's see. Here.
You feel yourself failing, and then your Yuan Ti cloak that you've been wearing kind of flares up a bit. I'm gonna give you the opportunity to choose to fail this save.
Do you choose to fail it?
Nah.
The others have no idea.
Calcimo raises an eyebrow. Huh.
All right, ask away.
Do you know who Caliban's son is?
Nope.
Um,
We'll say for the sake of this, it dings as truth.
that's not how the spell works.
I know it. How does the spell work?
I know
Hold on.
that he's I know that he failed, that he succeeded it.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
I actively know whether or not he succeeded or failed it.
Okay.
Um,
Then the spell is still going,
yeah.
but it's not taking an effect, and you can tell that it's not.
Uh-huh. Succeeds or fails, an affected creature is aware of the spell. Yeah, okay. Yeah, so I'm just kind of like sitting there with my hand on my chin, asking questions, and they can the rest of the group can kind of tell I'm half-heartedly asking questions now. Did
Wonderful.
you do the deeds for Azamodius of your own free will?
Well, once I woke up in the spire, it was either let him and the laughing cat hand kill me or do a few errands for him.
What were the errands that you did for him?
Well, he wanted me and Mark III to find the champion of Bahamut and take something from him. Never met the guy. All we did was hang out in the desert and take up a job.
Did you and Mark III ever split up while you were in the desert?
I tried. He fell in a
You
pile of
recall?
poop.
Yes, you did leave him to die.
Yeah, but then he woke up. He fell in a pile of poop. It was kind of funny.
I will let you roll insight checks on all of these questions. By the way,
I do
Cosmo.
want to. I do. I'm gonna.
We'll start with the first 3 questions.
The second one is the only one, which is
Hard to read, truth. Hard to read, hard to read. Talk, are you rolling insight for all of these as well?
um.
Okay. First question was the truth.
Oh, okay.
He was not in control of his body.
Um.
Second one, tough read. But Calcimo did identify it as truth. Third question, hard to read. And fourth question, hard to read.
Shit, we got bad inside checks going on right now. That's
Low
for
rolls.
everybody.
Really glad you guys aren't in combat right now.
Calcimo kind of just thinks about it, bites the edge of his thumb. Are you in any way allied with Azamodius and his goals?
I'm free at the moment.
Man, I hate how fucking dodgy that question was.
Mm-hmm.
Oh.
If both of you want to roll insight, or one of you with advantage.
At the moment, he's...
That's a natural 21. It was a dodgy question. Or it's a dodgy response, but...
What vibe am I giving from the doctor?
He probably doesn't give 2 shits about Asimov.
Oh.
Like, he likes the perks and the power, you feel? But he could give 2 shits who it comes from.
Just want to laugh.
But he's probably free from Asimodeus' control at the moment, as seeing as you guys are all still alive and Tom is eating food that's clearly not poisoned. He had a sweet roll.
Calcimo kind of looks to the rest of the party.
And Captain DeLuca is eating shrimp from a platter.
Yeah,
it's delicious.
Calcimo kind of makes like eye contact with Kyoko and talk and Shervil, and kind of makes like the shrug of like, it's not like he's lying. And he looks for any any sign of let's get this shit started.
Of like aggression.
Yeah.
Is that what you're looking for?
Yeah.
Roll another insight check.
This is
This
for
time with advantage.
because I'm looking at the group and not at that people I know. I got a 9.
You were kind of focused trying to piece together what the doctor was saying.
Mm-hmm.
You have no idea what the group is thinking
Right.
right now. Like you yourself are uncertain of a lot of things.
Mm-hmm.
And that's bothering you because this is like your job.
Mm-hmm.
And he resisted the circle, which was a big fuck you.
Yeah. Especially after I asked him not to.
Mm-hmm.
He's gonna have to trust me.
Don't like that.
How can we trust you
How can I
when
trust you won't try to kill me once I step outside these doors?
I mean, as far as we are right now, this is the only chance you have to convince us. You're lucky that Sprocket isn't with us right now.
Yeah, if Sprocket was here, all of you will probably be running away.
That's an interesting.
You did notice that most of these people are kind of like me. Where do you think they came from?
Yeah. That'll be a fun conversation to see what happened with Sprocket.
To be
Cal-
fair, we're not really in a position to kill him right now. I have a
Calcio.
feeling it's dead on.
Yeah. Calcimo
So
thinks. I'm sorry, I keep cutting you off.
the best we could do is just leave him here if that's the worst case scenario.
Mm-hmm.
But if he really wants, he can join us and have a chance to end this. However, he needs to quit being so fucking dodgy about it.
Tom does pipe up and says, "Hey, Doc,
Yeah.
you were telling me last night about the creatures you made.
Oh yeah.
Um,
You
why
Tom,
don't you tell them what you told me about using those and how they work and how
Oh.
they're a fail safe in case you get mind controlled again?"
Oh, those. Yeah, I've been working on these for 3 weeks. I'm proud of them. Um, You,
You know what? I
you have
would
to
like
just.
to go over and take a closer look if that's okay.
Yeah, so is
Okay.
Calcimo.
Um,
Sherville's
Doc,
chowing
do
down
you
on some
want
crab.
to show them off?
Like, take them out the tank?
Empty the tank at the very least. They're under your control.
What's? Hold on, let me see. Look at pictures of them again, because I want to show them my favorite one. What's the one with the eye?
The one on the far left.
I'll show them that one.
Okay. So the doctor leads everybody over to the left
Mm-hmm.
tank, and I'll move to Luca and Chervil and Tom. Talk, you can
Sherville
move yourself.
brought a a crab claw with her.
It's tasty.
Wait, did that come from Stabby?
No, Stabby's fine.
It was on the table.
Okay, Stabby's my assistant. He's not
Okay.
good at it, but it's a crap.
So Doc, you have full control of this lab, and
Okay.
you drain the liquid from the first tank, and you all as this green ooze seeps down into vents in the bottom of the tank, you see
Mhm.
contained inside
Horrifying. What does it do?
what
A
can't you do?
feline with no eyes, save the giant eye stalk that is apprehensile like a monkey's tail, coming from its back.
I
Kill it
call
with
the-
fire.
How is this a failsafe?
These guys, I can communicate with these guys telepathically. Even if my body doesn't do what I want to, they will do what I want to.
Hmm. That's terrifying.
It could be a shot.
You should see the other two.
What are you thinking of using these to go attack Azamodius at the tower?
Good. I mean, he was freaked out that you killed the laughing hand.
Wait, we what?
Huh.
Wait,
Like
you
laughing
guys
hands
did,
dead.
you guys didn't kill the laughing hand?
Well, he ripped a sword out of something, and we didn't know that. Well, we knew it was dying, but
He didn't know it was dead. We thought it was just weak.
So you killed it and didn't even realize it.
Mayhaps.
It
yeah.
does occur to you, Juan, that he did say that the prisoner also escaped. And you kind of start to piece it together in your head that maybe the prisoner killed the laughing hand on the way out? Question mark?
Oh, I see what happened now. He was a champion of Bahamut.
No,
I
not
read-
not him.
Oh no, the other one?
The red
Oh, the
one.
other one.
The red one.
Oh.
Wow. Didn't know that the little guy had it in him.
Cosmo's just like little.
One question from Tusk.
Yeah, I only have one question.
Heavenly one.
What is it, talk?
I have one question.
What happened
That's what I
to
think.
Tick?
Apparently he slit the laughing hand's throat and ran away.
Cosmo. Well, that's good news.
Wait, so you mean Tick ran away?
He's Azamodius said the prisoner escaped. And somebody had to kill the laughing hand.
I kind of turn around and I look at Talk with that look.
Calcimo just Shervil. Actually, no. Shervil kind of crosses her arms. So you're saying that we could take your little experiments here, go to the spire, and just assault Azamodius and end this?
It's possible. But if he saw me just walking with you guys, he'd know something's up.
Oh, Calcimo just kind of scratches his head. We found a sending stone that he had. He knows we're on our way.
What?
Well, he knows you're here.
Why?
He doesn't know
I
who.
will give some of it by making Jolly Rancher favorite waffle.
Yeah, go ask Jake for it.
Jake, I want to learn just anyway.
Well, he knows that we're on our. Well, he knew that we were looking for you.
Yeah, that he does. But for all he knows, you got captured.
Captain DeLuca is just looking around, confused.
Dreamcast.
And he says in Draconic to you, Dr. O, I'm sorry, I'm lost. I don't speak common. What are they saying?
Well, the short answer is there's a wizard that's trying to revive some deity that started this whole tension between us. I told you I would not involve the town, so you don't have to stay here. But I will keep them here. If you stay, you will probably have to fight.
I mean, Or you guys could just go to the spire with these creatures and go lay siege to it.
Calcimo nods because he's listening.
Evacuating a town full of scummy people is going to be really hard. And while this conversation is going on, Talk, we are jumping into that dream right now.
Oh!
Talk.
Oh.
You hop into Tick's dream. And he's like,
Oh, hey! What's up?
I don't know what I expected.
It wasn't that.
It's Uncle Doc.
Walks over. Oh.
I'm okay. I'm actually back at the castle with Kaido. Yeah, everything here's fine. We put out the fires and got rid of the tentacles, and we buried. We buried Gnarl. Cool thing I found. I found a cloning rock, but it's missing its gem, and it's kind of inert, which sucks, because that's gonna be immortality. But yeah.
Just pats him on the
Pat
head.
and sighs. I've missed you so much, my little squirt.
Ah, shucks. Oh, I did want to show you this.
and he like starts clapping his hands and backs up. And you see Tick's like whole body start to expand. And he gets to about the point that you know he's capable of. And then he grows gargantuan. Tick transforms before your very eyes into an ancient red dragon.
The little bastard did it.
Look what I can do.
He starts breathing fire everywhere.
Oh,
My boy.
that's my boy.
Anyway, I gotta go. Bye.
And the dream just ends.
Well,
I was still looking at Talk, so can I kind of like see it on his face?
Chervil and Kyoko, you see a tear streaming down his face.
I want to go over.
What's
I'm
wrong
going
with
to
him?
quietly ask, "Is he okay?"
Character growth, motherfuckers.
he nods. Oh.
Character growth, motherfuckers. I finally did it.
John or Matthews ends the campaign right here.
Well, that's it. Bye.
That's it, boy.
End of the episode. Bye.
It's all up to you guys, really.
But Tom does kind of pipe up and says, Captain Chervil, we do have assets now. If anything, we could go save the champion of Bahamut, fight Azamodius, and we'd have these monsters to take care of his clones. We
Hey.
obviously know he can. I'm sorry, these creations
Thank you.
can take care of the clones. He was telling me about them. These things are fucking wild.
She
You're not a monster, Abby. You're my favorite. Don't tell that to Nolly. You'll get jealous.
kind of thinks to herself.
One of them can turn healing magic into harming magic, and that's something we could use Thel for.
You remember who? Who?
By the way, the whole cloning
Hell.
thing is by some gen.
Thel.
And then it occurs to you, Tom remembered Thel.
Wait. I don't know who that is. And it doesn't occur
He
to me
went-
because that curse completely wipes all occurrences.
He went to go help Sprocket, and at this moment,
There it
Thel
is!
barges through the door. You guys, he's here. He's pissed, and that's where we're gonna end the episode.
Yeah!